That little shit. Axel, if you steal my cargo again, I will rip your robot to pieces and ship him off to the comic camp. Warm days like these make me long for cider and the open ocean. What a fine morning. Ready to do some deliveries? A fine evening to dance. Got to be someone around here that likes a game of cards. The storm looks terrible today. It gives me that familiar itch for adventure. I miss the golden beaches of Spain. It truly was a beautiful place. I tire of working. Let us drink. I happen to come by some new inventory. Take a look when you can. See if anything tempts you. Or we can just chat, if Marley isn't working you too hard. Well enough. I met her when I arrived in Shenandoah a few weeks back. She offered me work selling my wares in exchange for a quiet life. I wasn't sure I wanted to hang with a new crew just yet. But it was too good to pass up. Good travels, friend. Yes, see you. Farewell. I'm glad you asked. I acquire items from around the globe and sell them. I can offer common and rich folk a taste of the world. For a few cups, of course. Not yet. I'm still setting up. There are a few jewels among the junk. I doubt those will be around for long. Come back later and see what is in stock. No small talk, straight to the chase. Okay, worry not. I wear my heart on my sleeve. But there's plenty of time to trade tales. The glint in your eye tells me you have a few of your own. This is true. It is great to meet me. But likewise, friend. My name is Ineke. I am glad to have your favor. This is the life. Good beer, good company. Your loss. Yes, I did. There were a few of us, myself and 20 others from all around the world, each with our own reasons for being out there. A ship is a good place to run from your old life. That old thing? Tell me, what would you like to know? These early mornings still do not agree with me, Allah. Good evening, guard. Did you need something? Hey, you. Waiting for me to make the first move, huh? There you are, friend. I need to talk to you if you have a moment. Good answer. I like you. Some of my connections got in touch. We went out this morning to collect some new merchandise. You have been a good friend, so I want to give you fair choice. Come trade with me anytime, or just stop by for a chat. Such a place of beauty. I miss it fondly. You should try sounding more grateful. You will make more friends that way. Anyway, I was going to tell you that I found excess scrap in an abandoned shipment I investigated recently. Come find me if you want any of it. My dear friend, can we speak? I have grown rather fond of this place, and these people too. So yes, for now, they are stuck with me. The Haans. What a fine group. I miss them dearly. I was 22 and wanted to see the world. Who doesn't at that age? I started off scrubbing decks and moving boxes, but I worked my way up and made the changes I wanted to see, even if it wasn't always above board. Do not look at me that way. I was the captain by the end. I could have done whatever the hell I liked. I found plenty of scrap in an abandoned shipment I investigated recently. I'm going to sell some of it, but perhaps you can make use of it too. Come to me if you're interested. Anyway, how is your day? I think it took her a little while to warm to the Brahmin, but she seems to be finding her place here. I see the way she looks at Marley too. But you know me. I am not one to gossip. The food, the open fields, bike rides, and the people. It is the homeland of myself, after all. I cannot imagine the war was kind to it. Unfortunately, I fear you are correct. My father was always very paternal, even toward annoying children. He was a favorite among my cousins. He would make delicious desserts, and we would all share them together, as a family. He is the best man I know. I wrote down everything I wanted to say. It was cathartic. But there is no way to send it halfway around the world, of course. My father, he will be so old now. But I'd like to hope my sister has found a safe space to take care of him. Just me. And I don't plan on changing that anytime soon. Though perhaps these fine people count as family now. My father is a great man. He was a baker, and the delicacies he would create, I miss them every day. The lemon meringue tarts were heavenly. My mother, however, is a mystery. I never knew her. Of course you have. Wouldn't expect anything less from you. Not to your taste. It is an acquired one. We must adapt to what the wasteland offers, or remain unsatisfied. It is a shame to see such wasted potential in that girl. She had big dreams, but it seems her vices got the better of her. The more I admire him, the more handsome he gets. He still looks lonely, but I believe he is finding a home here. It seems fate has been kind to him in his older age, and I'm not just talking about his looks. Warmed? No. I'm tolerating him, we will say. Is he still irritating? Yes, that fact remains indisputable. But I like him enough. He has gusto. My sister and I used to chase boats down canals and wander through forests and build camps together in the woods. Those memories, though they are aging, they are precious to me. Ah, yes. Now that's a girl with a story. I cannot say I believe most of them, but who am I to dispute fact from fiction? These monsters she seeks, do they interest you too? Tell me, what is on your mind? It was. It originally belonged to my grandfather and his father before him. Pretty yellow flowers in the window and the smell of fresh bread. It is one of the things I miss the most about home. Before I went away. Before war. Adventures! I want to hear about places traveled, food you have eaten, drinks enjoyed, people, friends, enemies, lovers. I have lived through plenty myself, but I'm ready to kick back for a little while. Still, that itch for life, it never truly disappears, does it? Fine. I will find someone else to talk with. What do you need? Just a sister, though we walk very different paths. When I left for the ocean, she was unemployed and chasing her passion for art. I used to write to her when we docked up after a delivery, and she would write back during the layover. But that was a long, long time ago. Before the wasteland. She had her head in the clouds. I miss her fondly. You are less brave than you look then. That is fine. We all have our own aversions. It is nothing to be ashamed of. Between you and me, I am deathly afraid of clowns, but tell anyone and I will probably kill you. Yes, but these creatures are beautiful and dangerous. I would much rather have one dead on my floor than alive with my head in its mouth. I'm glad. It is nice to be part of a crew that has each other's backs. Indeed, a fine leader that girl is proving to be. I wonder what the plans are beyond this place. Yes? We will see. This job is comfortable, but being tied down means being stuck in a routine, and I would rather be shot than live predictably. Let us see where life takes us, huh? Sure. What interests you? Then business will be good between us. Come back when I've finished unpacking. I will make it worth your while. We would occasionally do an extra shipment or two. Narcotics. Addictive substances that partners would pay a lot for. Sometimes weapons, too, or even rare animals. I like to think I would not involve myself with that sort of work anymore. Marley would not like it much. But even if I did, you're not a snitch anyway, are you? Most stayed on the ship, the ones that could handle that sort of dynamic. Some strong ones, but mostly weaklings. I am not trying to preach about injustice. The wasteland is hard. I get it. But these people took advantage of those who needed far more than they did. Those who couldn't defend themselves. People who were dying, old folk, children, single mothers. people who didn't get a choice. It was a little too much, even for me. But it was a lifetime ago now. Best not to dwell, or my own sanity may not forgive me. We docked in Baltimore and held up well enough there for a few months. But it was a brand new world, and power was in reach for people who had never tasted it before. Eventually, supplies started running low, so they took it into their own hands to deal with the problem. Situations like that can turn even the nicest people into the nastiest bastards. You sound surprised. I was good. People listened to me, and I worked hard. I just sought the freedom of the open ocean. To be a leader was never really my intention, but sometimes opportunities arise, and we must grasp the bull by the horns or risk missing out. Looking to gain the boss's approval, huh? You are cute. I do not know the woman well enough yet, but I will keep my ears open for you. I could have been tempted to charge you high prices, but you intrigue me. I see some interesting tales behind those eyes. Do not worry. You can expect me to cut you a fair deal. Caps will come and go, but stories will stay long after we are both in the ground. Sure. I'm an open book. A few, yes. The good ones. We keep in touch via letters, usually moved by different caravans. They let me know if they stumble on any other abandoned loot. Then I can take my cut as a thanks for the years on the ocean. I admire their loyalty. Of course, friend. What's on your mind? Yes. What would you like to know? That ship was the love of my life. But the bombs... Well, that isn't something anyone should have to live through. I was out there when they fell and saw it all from on deck. It was eerily quiet amidst all that disaster. We watched cities burn. Well, I was having a nice day. Thanks for dredging all that up. Just kidding, I don't mind. Not a damn thing we can do about it now anyway. Sure, I hope the work treats you well today. You work too hard. Let us talk more later. She is a smart girl, knows what she wants, and keeps her head down. I respect that. She needs to live a little more, though. The girl is too quiet. Seems she could do with an adventure, away from the business. Ineke will sort her out. Ask away. A beautiful morning to still be kicking. Steal from the rich, give to Ineke. I should talk to Marley soon if she really wants these boxes shipped today. Of course. Just do not let Marley catch you slacking, huh? Tell me, what is on your mind? So curious. I like that about you. My work before the war was similar to what we are doing now. I was moving cargo on a large ship out on the North Atlantic Sea. Everything and anything. I was part of a big company that shipped all across the globe. We would travel to pick up supplies and then travel further to deliver them. The places I visited, simply beautiful. But anyway, we shipped food and furniture, food, tools, hat, and even a telescope. Bunch of junk, but something is always going to be someone's treasure. We ran out of resources and had to dock somewhere, didn't we? Ended up in Baltimore. It was close to where we buoyed up, and a few of the crew had family there. Yes, of course. I have some clothes, food, and I think I saw some spare scrap, too. That piqued your interest, didn't it? I do not like children. They are insufferable little creatures, very loud and whiny. Axel is marginally more likable, but perhaps this is just because I must see his face every day. He is a handsome man. This makes him likable, even if his personality is mediocre. I do not know his story, but I can see he seeks peace, especially in his kinship with Marley. But yes, that is none of my business. Or yours either, my prying friend. I have always been a woman of the world. My mother tongue is just one of the many languages I've grown up hearing. I ended up learning most of my English from the people I traveled with for work. Whatever you need. Good morning, sunshine. Are you always this late? Just kidding. I overslept too. I won't tell Marley if you don't. I've got a few items left, if anything catches your eye. Welcome back, friend. I'm ready to kick back and listen to a story or two. Ah, here you are. Come to talk? Ah, finally! I have been itching to hear of your tales. Isn't that? There are a few items I have not been able to get rid of. Come trade with me if you're interested in some real fine wares. You must consider that, in times like these, people long for treasures that make them feel like the world has not changed so much. I say clinging to the past is for fools, but each to their own. Besides, nobody is making you buy them. If you don't like it, leave it. I have seen better places, but then I have also seen much worse. It is not wise to be picky anymore. She intrigues me, much like you do. I do suspect she is more interested in seeking monsters rather than keeping them away. It's no skin off my nose. Just make sure she does not lure any monsters here. Lightning is relentless today. Be careful out there, friend. Ah, yes, Josie. She spends so much time in that head of hers. Perhaps too much, But it is endearing to see someone so eager to prove themselves. I hope to know more about her. Sorry, not right now. Yes, okay. Perhaps. Let me think. Remind me. What was I saying? Thank you, friend. Let us talk later. Okay, what do you need?